Hello all, in today's video we shall be discussing about BRICS and SCO. Basically, BRICS is a grouping of the world's leading economies, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And basically these countries have come together in order to, aiming for more sustainable and equitable and mutually beneficial development. And BRICS is a very important organization in our global economy because it represents 42% of the world's population, 30% of the land area, 24% of global GDP and 16% of international trade. So BRICS is basically an acronym or abbreviation which is used for the grouping of world's largest emerging economies, leading emerging economies basically, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. If we are to look into the emerging role of BRICS in the changing world order, initially the financial system of the world was dominated by the West. But after the financial crisis, the emergence of BRICS has basically changed the structural dynamics, and this can be attributed, and this increased amount of importance that BRICS has can be attributed to the institutional framework that was provided to BRICS by the New Development Bank and the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, and these are the key milestones of cooperation among the emerging economies and the developing countries. Now, even if you look at the member countries of group, of BRICS basically, as a group also, as a cooperative group also, individually as nations also, the member countries of BRICS, which are namely Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, you can see that individually also on the international stage, in an international arena, these countries are influential actors and they have basically shifted the power dynamics of the international world order. And therefore, it is very important to understand the role of BRICS as an important platform in the international order, and how is it shaping the international order, how is it shaping the international diplomacy, influencing the international politics. BRICS as an international organization faces a lot of challenges also, because BRICS, is often criticized as being ineffective, especially in the West. It was predicted that BRICS as an organization will not live very long. But, when we look into the statistics, when we observe on the activities undertaken by BRICS, we can see that BRICS is very much alive and is progressing. And it has also held a common position on the most important matters of global economy and security. The second challenge that is faced by BRICS is that within the members itself of the organization, of BRICS as an organization, there are a lot of disagreements and there is a very slow progress, shown when it comes to implementation of its own initiatives, and that makes it very much vulnerable. The third challenge is that BRICS faces is that China's, group, within the group itself, the member nations are, at conflict with each other. For example, China's aggression in eastern Ladakh last year brought India-China relations to its lowest point in the several decades. And another challenge is that, there's already a history of China and Russia having a strained relation with the West. Then there's already existing internal challenges in both Brazil and South Africa. Then China's image in the global level has also come down, has been tarnished because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore it is questionable whether BRICS matters at all or not. And for other partner nations to match up with China's, balancing the trade deficit is very big challenge. It's a very big challenge because China's economic rise, the way China has grown over the past years, has created a serious imbalance within BRICS, and China's dominance in the South China Sea and also its forceful occupancy of Hong Kong and Xinjiang is not unknown to the entire world, and that is also being questioned and is being opposed by India. So within the group itself, there's a lot of disagreement, there's a lot of conflict happening, and also because of the fact that the initiatives that are, initiated by the members nations of the group itself is not being implemented to its full potential. So all of these are some of the challenges which are faced by BRICS as an organization. But what makes BRICS more significant is, is that the indicative expansion of its institutional framework and functionaries since its inception in 2009, and also some of the most important output that BRICS has attained over the past years is the establishment of the new development bank, the currency reserve arrangement, the strategy for BRICS economic cooperation, and so on. And therefore, if BRICS as an organization has to go forward, the only pragmatic way is that, it goes beyond the economic logic and significantly address the global political and security concerns. And most importantly, to serve as an indicator of both the ability of BRICS to affect international outcomes as well as the intentions of the concerned states in doing so. Created in 2001, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a permanent intergovernmental international organization, which is a Eurasian political, economic, and military organization aiming to maintain peace, security, and stability in the region. And the objectives of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is to strengthen the mutual trust and neighborliness among the member states by, promoting effective cooperation in different arenas such as politics, trade, economy, research, energy, transport, tourism, etc. And also cooperating together to, putting in efforts to maintain and ensure peace, security, and stability. Also moving towards the establishment of a democratic, fair, and rational new international political and economic order. We now look into the significance of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for India. Its significance for India lies in economics and geopolitics with the Eurasian states. The second most important thing is that, it is a potential platform for India to advance its India Connect Central Asia policy, because of the fact that, the member countries of SCO are basically India's neighbors, and they occupy huge landmass adjacent to India's extended neighborhood, where India has both economic and security imperatives. And the importance of SCO Afghanistan contact group to stabilize Afghanistan. So basically SCO's membership also provides India a vital counter to some of the other groupings that India is a part of. And basically, SCO is the only platform for India where it can, deal in a very close proximity with nations like Pakistan and Afghanistan. We now move on to discuss the model question with respect to the topic that we have discussed so far. The model question for your practice is: even though BRICS has succeeded to an extent to face the changing geopolitical order, it still faces multiple challenges. Comment. I hope you found this session valuable. If you liked the content, kindly do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on our channel. Thank you for watching the video.